Hi, everyone, and welcome back to an amazing episode of the Feeling Unstoppable podcast. I'm your host, like always, Cindy Montoya. And if this is the first time you're tuning in, welcome to the show. And if you're back for even more, without further ado, today's episode is going to be everything that's going down in 2023 and how power dressing can help you have a successful year. So to really talk about 2023, we have to look back in 2022. And when we're talking about this new year, I'm obviously talking about the podcast and what I have coming up for you guys. 2022 was a great year to start off the Feeling Unstoppable podcast. Without the help from my audience and all the support that I got, I couldn't be where I'm at. So a big thank you guys for getting me through 2022. And we're starting off the year back in the seats in the studio. We're now doing solo episodes with a video attached to it. So I'm very excited. And I just can't wait for 2023 because it has a lot of good opportunities coming in. And I'm looking forward to it. And especially knowing that I have the support of everyone on the podcast. So what to expect in 2023 with the Feeling Unstoppable podcast? More guests, more video episodes, and a lot more fun. And I just can't wait to share with you guys everything that's going on in my life, going on in just general in the world, and making sure each episode you guys get at least a little bit of motivation to get through another day, to get through another week, and to get through another year. 2023 is our year. New year, new me, sort of. I didn't make any resolutions really for 2023. My whole thought about it is if you have a goal, just do it. Don't wait for like, oh, I'm going to start the gym next week. Just sign up for the gym today and start going tomorrow. Because the sooner you start getting things done, the faster you'll get to your goals is how I see it. So if you're thinking about it and you're like, I want to start Pilates, or I want to start doing like CrossFit or anything like that, I'm going to wait till next month to sign up. Listen, I work at a Pilates studio, and my main job is that I sell memberships. I'm telling you right now, this is the month to start applying for your memberships because it is the month where we have the best sales. So if you're thinking about joining the gym, don't wait till next month. Don't wait till next week. Go today to your local gym or whatever you're trying to do and just sign up. You start today. You start today by signing up. The second that you write your name on the little signature line saying that you agree to 3 months or you agree to a year contract, stick to it. Stick to it. It's worth your money. You're investing in yourself. I think, especially, I'm a very big health and fitness type of person. And if really one of your goals is to get into better shape or just live a little healthier life, go today if you have time. Sign up for the gym membership that you've been waiting for. Maybe the gym does seem scary to you. If you have the financial means, get a trainer. I think it's the best way to start, especially if you're a little bit scared and intimidated by the gym, which I totally understand. I think getting a trainer is extremely helpful, especially if you're scared of going to the gym. I mean, I started off 2021. The first 2 weeks in January, I had started going to the gym. I was going by myself, and then it was super, like, I guess, like divine timing, if you want to say. I met my trainer. She was like, oh, like, you have a free assessment. Do you want to try it? And then I was like, sure, why not? And I decided that day from 1, I was like, okay, yeah, let's do a free assessment. Now I'm free. So we went, I did the free assessment. The next day I was already training with her. And from there, just gave me that like kickstart to start going to the gym and being consistent with my workout and consistent eating wise too. So if you're listening to this podcast and you're thinking of starting to do something, don't wait another day. Just get it done today, or at least attempt to get it done today, because the more you keep on waiting, the farther you're going to get to your goal, the farther you're going to get to whatever happiness you're trying to achieve. So write that down. 2023 is about getting shit done. Feeling Unstoppable is about getting shit done. And if there's stuff in our way, we already know we're going to get over it. Might take a little bit of time, but we're going to get through it, and it's going to be a great year. So another way to start the great year is figuring out how you dress. And that's what I really wanted to get into on today's episode. I have definitely had a back and forth on my style, on the different clothes that I wear. I had never really felt comfortable in the stuff that I'd wear. I think one of my biggest comfort spots, especially like middle school, high school, was always dressing up in jeans and a soccer jersey. And if any of my friends are listening to this, especially if we've been friends since like middle school, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't think I was ever the type of person to get like creative with the way that I dress. I think I was also like very shy about it, or I just didn't want to get judged, or I just didn't know really where to start. But more and more I've been testing out like maybe like new fashion trends or testing out like different styles, even though they might not go with the type of personality that I have been kind of like taking that risk and trying out different fashion styles to see how I feel, to see how like comfortable it makes me feel. And I think the way that you dress and the way that you carry yourself while you dress does affect a lot of your productivity and your mood. So one of the big things that I started researching, because I decided to do a little post on Reddit, which I'm going to read those comments to you guys in just a little bit, was power dressing. One of the Reddit users told me about power dressing in the 1970s, 1980s, which we'll get the definition for you right now. So what exactly is power dressing and how we're tying it into today's episode going into 2023? Power dressing by Wikipedia, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. Power dressing is a fashion style that enables women to establish their authority in a professional and political environment traditionally dominated by men. Basically, we all know back then, women would dress in a way that was okay in society, that was nothing too flashy, nothing like going crazy. But starting in the 1970s, 1980s, they started developing power dressing. It was a way for women to feel powerful in how they dressed, no matter what that was to them. And I think that's something to kind of really take into going into this year, is power dressing in a way that makes you feel good and makes you feel powerful and unstoppable. So I think that way you should start like looking into new trends, looking into new fashion styles, and seeing what fits with you, what works with you, and what makes you feel unstoppable, if we could say. One thing that I started trying, I would just go on Pinterest. I go on Pinterest almost every day. I have Pinterest boards on different moods. I have Pinterest boards on different seasons, different styles. I would say different seasons, but honestly, I live in Miami, so the only season we have here is summer. So but I still try to dress according to the season. So if it's fall, I do a little bit more like earthy tone colors, like brown and like beige type of colors. Then when we go into spring, we do more pastels, especially light pink pastel. That's probably one of my favorite colors. And then summer is a little bit more bright, so I do more oranges, shorts, skirts type of deal. But especially towards the end of last year, I was just kind of really trying on different styles, like wearing loafers or wearing more skirts. I used to be very anti-skirts until I listened to an episode of Emma Chamberlain, which I love. She was like, yo, skirts are in. So I was like, you know what? If Miss Emma Chamberlain thinks skirts are in, I'm going to put one on and see how I feel. I think I was always very like self-conscious about wearing skirts, because I do have very muscular thighs, but that's because of soccer, and that's also because like that's how I'm built biologically. I just have, I'm Colombian, Nicaraguense, thick thighs save lives, go Latina women. Latina women are thick, and if you're thick and you gotta flaunt it. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna start wearing skirts. So I tried on different skirt styles. I'm not a long skirt type of person. I did try a long skirt. I tried it when I was in Paris. I liked it, but it's not completely me. But I started doing more mini skirts when I go out to the clubs because it's fun and I look cute. So I started wearing skirts and I was like, you know what? I kind of like this. I feel cute. I feel sexy. When I go out to the club, I feel hot. So I was like, I like the skirt style with a really cute top. So I just started wearing clothes that, not only made me feel cute and sexy, but it also had a little bit more of femininity to it. I think that was something that I really struggled with, especially like middle school, high school. That's what I would always just like stick to just wearing jeans and a soccer shirt. I didn't really know how to express myself in quote unquote like a girlier ways, because I was very much a tomboy. So it was much more, you know, dressing in sweatpants, dressing in like leggings, and I had always a very like sporty athletic look. So because I was always scared of just like dressing in a way that wasn't me, like that wasn't like the way that people would see me. What do I mean by that? As in, everyone that I was friends with knew me as a very sporty, athletic person, so I would just dress to that style. It wasn't until I think more this year and last year that I was like, you know what, let's start doing something that's a little bit more out of my comfort zone and see how I feel. So I definitely did that. And my friends noticed, my best friend noticed for sure. She was like, you know, since we became friends, your sense of style has really gone up. And I do give her a lot of praise for it, because she's helped me in the way. And I think the two people in my life that definitely are never afraid to wear what they want is my mom and my sister. I think those are two of the biggest people. If I want to say fashion icons, I think my mom and my sister are definitely two of the biggest fashion icons I look up to. They dress to feel good. They dress to feel sexy. They dress to feel hot. Especially my mom. My mom is 50 years old. She's gonna kill me for saying her age, but whatever. My mom is proud to be 50. She doesn't give a fuck, because it's the way that she dresses and the way that she carries herself. My mom is 50 years old. She dresses like she's 30, but not in the way that people are like, oh, like, why aren't you dressing your age? No, my mom looks good as fuck. My mom is a certified MILF, and I've been told by my friends, so mom, if you're listening to this, you're a MILF. And she just dresses in a way that she wants to feel good and she feels good in, and she doesn't care on what other people think, because we, you know, like, she's not dumb. Like, she knows what some people may think, but at the end of the day, like, she always tells me, I don't care. I look better than them. And that's what she says. And she's like, you know what? I look better than them because I feel good and I feel sexy and I feel hot. And I'm like, you go, girl. I was like, you go, Glen Coco. And then my sister definitely has a different style than me and my mom. But, like, sometimes we get on her ass about it and we're like, yo, like, what are you wearing? But she doesn't care. She's like, I like what I'm wearing. I feel good about it. She's definitely a little bit more bougie than I am. She loves Jacquemus. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but that is her brand. And she also just plays around with the different styles that she's wearing, just to see what makes her feel comfortable, what makes her feel good, and what makes her feel empowered to get through the day. So I think that is something that we really need to go into 2023, is figuring out what is your sense of style. And I'm not saying stick to it, because like I told you, I was playing around with different styles. One day I can go wearing very like streetwear type of clothing, like I'm talking about, like, you know, the dunks with the cargo pants and like the mini crop shirt. The next day I can do more what's the style that I really like a very posh style with like a blazer with the loafers and the skirt. Or the next day I can just like very basic, like I'm dressing today, with just like a white shirt and the jeans, and then if you're not watching it, but I'm wearing some Air Force Ones right now. And so I think I've noticed that that's what I do. I kind of just like flip-flop between my different styles and not really keep one, which I think it's fun because it's like the element of surprise, like what mood am I in today? But today I was definitely more in a casual type of mood. I was like, you know what? Me and Aaron went ahead and got some iced coffees before we came up to the studio and started recording, which you guys should go ahead and check out his podcast that I'm going to be on, which is Speaking Up with Aaron the Speaker. We will have linked below. But if you're wondering, I have no idea where to start on how to dress myself. Look at a celebrity that you like. And if you like their style, start like picking it apart and being like, this is what I like, this is what I don't like about it. Definitely some of the top celebrities that I love to look at is Emma Chamberlain's one of them, Hailey Bieber. And then also I really like kind of like the 90s rebelde style Rebelde was a show. I never actually watched it, but I do see a lot of like I do have it on my Pinterest board because they just dressed however they want, and they would always kill it. But I would say just, you know, look at a celebrity that you like. If you like their style, just start like picking it apart and seeing and trying it on yourself and seeing how you feel. But with that being said, let's go into my Reddit response. So the Feeling Unstoppable podcast asked Reddit. So here was the question that we posted on Reddit. Do you think the way you dress affects your mood and productivity? Please explain why or why not. So we had a total of 10 comments, which it's a lot for me. So let's get into one. Mr_Crow double W. I feel like it does. If I'm wearing a baggy shirt and sweatpants, I want to lay in bed and relax. If I'm wearing jeans and an elegant shirt, as I often do during winter, I'm much less likely to be lazy because it's uncomfortable to lay around in that. So I guess what he's getting at, especially when we're talking about if you work from your house, you know, if you're working at your house, you don't want to dress up in like a button-down suit and like slacks and stuff because you're at the comfort of your own home. But I do think that does make you less productive, and I think that's why a lot of schools, especially in Miami, there is a dress code. I've always had a dress code all my life, except for like high school was a little bit more lenient, but you know, we had to go in schools with polos and like blue slacks, because if not, we would get detention, or we would get like notified our parents and stuff. But there was always this ideology, if you dressed in polos and slacks, you were less likely to be lazy and more likely to get your work done. So I agree with that. I think to a certain extent, if, you know, at least for me, if I'm very like just wearing sweatpants and things, I'm more likely to be in my bed watching TikTok all day. So let's get into another response. MTN Drewski. It can. I had to work on my sales job from home when COVID started, and I felt more productive if I put on a button-down shirt while sitting at the computer, even if I was still wearing my PJ shorts. He did like the half up, half down, half dressed, half down, which I think was basically covered what I did. And then we'll do one more. Let's see. All right, so David_Alex 2022 said, I have broad shoulders and a big chest, so I always had to buy my shirts big to fit comfortably, but I always looked frumpy. I bought a sewing machine a couple of years ago and have since learned to tailor my clothes. I take in the waist and sleeves. I tailor my jeans and pants to fit perfectly. I even tailor my jackets. I love my wardrobe now. My clothes fit perfectly, and I always feel great when I go out. That is a really good point. I did start taking into consideration tailoring my clothes a little bit more, especially last year, just because I always had the issue of like my pants fit really tight in my thigh area, but I had a lot of like looseness around the jeans. So I just like kind of felt awkward when I would dress up because there was like so much like space there, and like it didn't complete the outfit. So I was just like, I'm not really feeling it, even though like the concept of how I wanted my outfit to look was cute, but when I would actually put it on, I'd be like, I don't like how I look. So I think what basically they were saying is, you know, get it tailored if you can. That way it feels good on your body, because when it feels good on your body, you're gonna feel good and just have much of a better day. So what are we taking into 2023? What are we taking into 2023? Dress the way you want. Dress in a way that makes you feel good. Dress in a way that makes you look into the mirror and say, damn, I feel super good about myself. Even if, and that's completely up to you on what makes you feel good. If what makes you feel good is being in sweatpants and a hoodie, which I totally agree with, then be in sweatpants and a hoodie. If making you feel good is dressing up in loafers, a skirt, and then a super cute top to literally go just to Publix or whatever supermarket is in your area, then do it. But I think this is the year that me myself is going to take a lot more risk in the way that I dress, to kind of feel like more, like even get a little bit uncomfortable on the way that I dress, just to see if I actually like it or not. But this is the year to take risk and just enjoy yourself and enjoy the way that you look and appreciate your style. So 2023 is a year to have your own style, and in a style that makes you feel good, makes you feel hot, and most importantly, makes you feel unstoppable. So with that being said, guys, I hope everyone has an amazing 2023. And we'll be back with more episodes, more guests, and a lot more going on for the Feeling Unstoppable podcast. So with that being said, I'll see you guys next week. Peace the fuck out.